Huge thanks, Shelly. Crafting Mamas is awesome. She helped me get set up. So if you guys don't subscribe, head over and subscribe to Crafting Mamas. Thank you, Shelly. Okay, let's get the chat up here so I can see. Well, I'm trying to find the chat now. Why can't I see it? Oh my goodness. It's not one thing, it's 19 million other things. We'll get there. All right. There's my chat bar. Finally. Yay! Now I can see you guys too. Oh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. The struggle is real. Yes, the struggle is very real. Okay, so now that we're finally working, um, we're gonna, I'm just gonna alter some file folders, or at least one, now that we've wasted so much time trying to get set up. I don't know about you guys, but file folders nowadays are like paper, right? So I thought the other day that a good way for me to use up a bunch of my scraps would be to just collage a bunch of my scraps on top of it and then have the glue and the Collage Podge or Mod Podge or whatever on top, and it would really strengthen it up. And it does. It makes a big difference in the thickness and the um, sturdiness of the file folder. So I just thought I would do that again and just play. And if you guys have some scraps you need to glue to something, you can grab yours and play along with me. I think that'd be awesome. Hi, everybody. Holy cow, you guys are so kind to wait as long as you did for me to get this thing up and running today. I really appreciate it. Um, just trying to see who all is here. Holy cow, a bunch of you guys. Let's see, 52 watching. You guys are just the best to, to be sitting there waiting and nothing be on the screen. You amaze me. Okay, so yeah, I am really grateful, you guys. I really, really am. Yay, finally working. Yes. Deep breaths, that's right. You know, this one wasn't nearly as stressful as they have been in previous streams that I was trying to get going. But having Shelly help me on the phone was really really made it a lot better. So again, thank you, Shelly, for that. Yeah, no, it is not easy to live stream, Carla, when especially when you're like me and you haven't done it in months and months and months and months and months. And and I didn't change anything. You know, I was telling Shelly I changed none of my settings, and yet nothing. It was the camera that wouldn't work. It just wasn't seeing my camera. My camera was working, but the encoder and YouTube were not seeing what my camera was seeing. So, but now it is. So yay, we're good. Um, but I really like the way this turned out. I really like the sturdiness of this, and I'm thinking that I might even at some point take this to the sewing machine and just stitch the sides down, and then I'll have like a little pouch to put stuff like magazine images and words and things like that that I'm keeping right now that I do have in file folders, so that nothing falls out the sides, and yet it'll still sit right in a hanging file folder. So that's my thinking on that. And I just think it's a great way to sturdy it up and use up scraps too. So you guys have some that you want to work with and glue to, then grab them and let's go. Oh, I'm having to drink a little bit of coffee. I'm just reading the chat, guys. Thank you. Anybody who's watching this recording on my YouTube channel, this is a live stream, finally. And there's people in the chat that I'm speaking to live. So if you hear me talking to people, that's why. And if you haven't been to a live stream, I invite you to check one out sometime and see how much fun we have. Oh, thank you, Shelley. That's very sweet. I love all you guys too. I cannot believe you hung in there. I mean, I can because you guys are the best. What are we, Cat's crew? Cat has the best crew ever. So thanks again for hanging in there. Oh, okay, more coffee. That's the best. Coffee makes everything better, right? Okay, so I've got some 50/50 glue and water here. I've got my scraps here, but I don't have anything ripped up and actually ready to glue yet. So there'll be some noise because I wasn't as prepared as I had hoped to be today. But you know, we'll get there, right? So here's my great big. This is one of those plastic drawers, one of those Rubbermaid drawers, and it's one of those deep ones. So it is chock full, or just about chock full with all of this. So that's what I'm going to be pulling stuff out of to use. And I'm going to find myself a place to set this though so that I can reach it. Got a little stack of boxes next to my desk here, so I'm going to set it on this boxes so I can reach it. Yay! Okay. I apologize for that long delay, you guys, but I sure appreciate you hanging in there. I sure do. All right, so I'm going to just grab a handful of these and just plop them up here. Whoops, and we'll see how far we can get with stuff. And like I said, I'm just gluing stuff down. And this is, on this one I used scrapbook paper, gift wrap, painted or stenciled book text. Here's some stamps. Oh no, sorry, that's a stencil also. Some tissue paper. This is that Tim Holtz tissue paper here. More gift wrap. Stamped book text. Just any kind of scrap I had. Here's another piece of gift wrap here. A napkin. Oh gosh, look at this, guys. This is the coolest thing. See this coffee stamp right here and the circle that's around it? There is a foam, excuse me, I have one of these kind of stainless steel cups in my kitchen, right? And on the bottom of it is a foam, a piece of black foam, and it gives it a soft landing when you set your cup down. Well, I looked at it the other day. I rarely use that particular mug, and I looked at it the other day in my kitchen cabinet and turned it over, and that foam has this image on it, this coffee cup. Is that amazing? That's what's on the bottom of the coffee cup. And so the circle that you see right here is the actual bottom of the mug, and that image is like a little foam stamp that's right on the bottom of that mug. Oh, and you know what? I can't hold this up and make it clear. I don't have that kind of camera up today. So I hope you can see that. But yeah, it's just like a stamp. So I stamped a bunch of them on tissue paper, and then I put it back in the kitchen cabinet. And when I need more, I'll go back and get it again. I could not believe, I could not believe how cool that was when I realized that was there. You'd think I got like it was like Christmas morning or something. I was so excited. Oh gosh, yes, it doesn't take much to tickle me, for sure. All right, this is a jelly print. I think I'll leave the that white edge on the long side there, and I'll just put it along the edge of the file folder. Okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad it's all nice and clear and that you guys can see what I'm doing. That was really crazy. And it appeared to be for no reason, like that the stuff was not working for no reason, but you know, that magic reboot and restart your computer and seems like everything works again. Well, I had to do that a couple of times. That's why I left for the 15 minutes so I could reboot the computer, and it worked, believe it or not. I don't really like all these straight edges. I'm like Carla, I don't like the straight edges on the inside. Maybe I'll leave this one though like it is, and then I'll come back and cover up the straight edges with something that's torn. That's what I'll do. You know what? I'm kind of thinking, I'm wondering if I used my glue stick before. That other one doesn't seem to be very wrinkled. Some of this stuff is wrinkling a little bit. So I might have to get my credit card out and kind of scrape over them. I don't mind doing that some, but you have to be real careful if you start using like magazine images and stuff, because you can scrape the paint, or I mean the ink right off of the pictures if you're not careful. Let me see if I can get a card here. Get some of the wrinkles out. Yes, okay. It doesn't really matter a whole lot about the wrinkles in something like this. It's just so mishmash anyway. So it won't be a problem to leave them in there, and then when they dry they kind of flatten out some anyway. So let's see, yeah, we'll just put it here, and I'm doing this on the back side, of course, of the file folder. Okay, so if you get ready to do yours, you just, I mean, you can fold it back the other way if you happen to glue it onto the wrong side, but anyways. I'm just tearing some of these out to remove the straight edge. Okay. Mayor says gremlins strike again. Are you talking about my computer problems? my technical issues? Because that's true. It probably was gremlins with the edge there. Okay, now one thing I wanted to tell you guys about that is new going on with me is that if you're not aware of it yet, if you don't follow me on Facebook or Twitter, I have a new blog, and I put the link to the blog in the description of this stream, so go check it out. And going to be, I hope to have a whole lot of fun on the blog and sharing some tips and some inspiration, hopefully. And make sure that you leave me a comment when you're there. You guys know how I love comments. Love reading your comments. So give it a look-see. And when you sign up with your email, you'll be notified each time I do a post. You'll be notified that there's a new post there. And we'll be doing lots of fun things, and I'd like to share some things over there that I don't necessarily share on Facebook or on my YouTube channel, or at least give the people who follow my blog. I'll give you like a first look a lot of times. So you may be seeing some things that that everybody won't see right away. So that might be fun. I'm just trying to look at the chat a little bit. If I get quiet, that's why, because I'm looking at the chat to see what's going on. So let's see, and also know that my blog is a work in progress. Okay, it's just started, and I just have pretty much the one blog post up so far. But I really hope you guys will follow along with me there and enjoy what I put up. Okay. Whoops. I just hit I've got a little clock over here. I think I just hit it with the glue brush. Either that or my water bottle. I don't know what I did. Let's see. This other file folder that I made was kind of warped. Like you see how this is starting to warp a little bit. It was warped, but I put it under some heavy books overnight actually I just left it there for a couple of days, and it came out nice and flat now. You just wouldn't even know that there was an issue with the warping before. So I'd like to blog often. I'm not sure how often I'll blog, Shelley. I just like I said, just started it, and I don't want to pin myself down to anything. I'm like that about a lot of things. I'm like that about even videos, because I have a lot going on with my family a lot of times, and so I don't like to restrict myself from time spent with them. So I just do what I can when I can, and that's just how I roll. Okay, this time I did hit the water bottle with the glue. Get that off. Okay. And I need a fresh baby wipe too. Okay. There we go. Let's go again. And this webcam that I'm using, when I stream, I use a webcam, and it doesn't do nearly as good of a picture as my iPhone does. So it's okay, but the colors are not as vibrant, and so excuse me. So that's why it sort of looks a little faded to me. The picture looks a little bit faded, but anyways, we do what we can with what we have, right? But what I like doing is just putting down a base of just a bunch of papers, and then come back and add some like focal type pieces, you know, and that's fun. Okay, here's a pretty napkin. Let's put a little piece of that on. I hope it will do well on this yellow or manila colored folder. We'll see. A little bit more of that. Some of these wrinkles. remember, if you're using napkins, they're very delicate and they'll tear, so don't mess with them too much. Get enough glue under there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can definitely cut these up and use them for tags and all kinds of things. There are lots you can do with them. I really want to use them though to have a sturdier file folder because file folders today are not sturdy at all. I've had a really good summer, thank you. I spend a lot of time with my grandkids in the summer, and they're out of school, and they come over and swim and hang out here with my daughters. We all have a good time, and that's what I've been doing, making videos, and I hope you guys have had a great summer too. I can't believe how fast it went by. I mean, gosh, at this rate, Christmas is going to be here before we know it. So that's crazy. Let's see. Don't know what to chat about today other than the blog. That was one of the main things I wanted to let everybody know. We'll be doing some fun things over there too, guys, some giveaways and things that I won't be doing on YouTube. So you don't want to miss out on that. Make sure you follow along and hang out with me over there. It's nice to see everybody coming in. Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I sure do. And I know that I haven't been able to name a whole lot of people, but there are a whole lot of you, and a lot of you were already in here before I got set up to go because of my technical difficulties. So I knew I would miss somebody if I started naming names, but I truly am grateful for every single one of you. Truly am. Wow, 98 watching. Thanks, Lynn. Holy cow. It's very exciting. I'm anxious for the fall TV season to start. I don't really watch a whole lot of TV, but I do enjoy This Is Us. So I'm looking forward to seeing that returning. Lynn's giving me updates on the number of people watching. That's awesome. Thanks, Lynn. I have to close the chat in order to go up and see that kind of information. So thanks. That's helpful. I think I'll save some of this and use that on top, maybe. Let's see. Scoot that over and come up to this side. So you see, guys, there's no rhyme or reason to this. This is just plopping stuff down, you know, finding it, plopping it down. All right, and then something like this that I had a flower punched out of, I'll be taking a marker and trimming, not trimming, outlining around the inside of it like I did here. These hearts were punched out of that piece of paper there. Here's a flower and a star, things like that. All these were punched out. So I'll take a marker and add some dark black lines, you know, in here on this to help that along. It's just fun. Always gluing paper down to other things is always so much fun. And it's very relaxing. And considering that stressful start we had, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a lot. I'll do it this way with this. Some of this is just magazine strips. Let's see here. Go here, put one. More coffee. It's coffee hour for me. Bye, Carla. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, Jocelyn, that's the fun thing about this kind of collage is it doesn't matter where anything goes. And the quicker you do it and the quicker you put it down, the more interesting it turns out in the end. Like you will, once you do it that way, you'll wonder why you always spend a lot of time trying to place each piece. I promise you, you'll be so pleased with it. Like, I love how this looks. Okay. And I thought, I didn't think about any of this. The only thing I thought about, I didn't think about any of the background. But when I got done with the background, and then I started putting on little things like this number 2 that I had stamped on a piece of paper. And this was stamped on a piece of book text. And this had been stamped on book text. When I started adding those little things, those I placed purposely, you know, and it's just amazing how it all turns out when you don't even intend it to. This was a border that I had made, and it was I think one of those, it was one of my dendritic prints underneath there. And then I just made a border out of it and drew all that black stuff on it. And that kind of stuff was done intentionally, but the background, just slap it down. It really, really does not matter where those pieces go because they're going to get covered up, and it's just more fun that way. It's more enjoyable and relaxing. Go this way. Pre-coffee Nate. I just have some in the mornings and some in the afternoons, and that works good for me. Yes, anybody that's coming in now that didn't hear me mention it a minute ago, I've started a blog, a new blog, and there's a link in the description of the stream here. You can go and check it out, and I will be very appreciative of that. Make sure you leave me a comment so I know who's been there. Let's see. Let's tear a piece of this out. Oh, let's see. We'll go over here. Hey, Laura. Huh. Thanks, Lynn. I'm really grateful, you guys, that you showed up today for this. I've been wanting to do a stream for the last few days, but today's the day it worked out best for me, so I'm glad you all were available to visit, play along, chat. Anybody else playing along? Got any collage glue books or altered folders like I'm doing going? So got a little fold there. Oh, that's awesome, Allie. I'm glad you're enjoying the morsels. Thank you. Hey, Joanne, didn't see you earlier. Good to see you. Yay, Shelly's playing along. I hope that a lot of you are, because this is just too fun and relaxing. I'm telling you what. I like it because you don't have to think. It's just totally mindless, just tearing up paper and gluing it down. Mindless. Yay, I'm glad you're here, Missy. I'm glad you get to see a live video. I hope to do them more often. I've been busy. You know, summer gets me pretty busy around here, but I'd like to do them more often. I just can't commit to doing them on any particular day. That's the way it works for me. That's what I'm trying to say. But I do like to do it, and hopefully I won't have these technical difficulties I had again today, because I did have technical difficulties before, and then we got them ironed out, you know, and then turn around today and try to stream again, and technical difficulties once again. Bye, Bear. See you soon. Hi, Nairi. I'm having coffee. Yes, it's coffee o'clock for me. Oops. Just gluing down some papers to alter this file folder, guys, if you're just coming in. And inviting everyone to check out my new blog. There's a link in the description. You can go and check it out. Let's see, let's put this one up here. Hi, everybody. Come on in. We got lots of room. Let's see, get a little piece of something here. Put it over here. Thanks, Donna. Appreciate you being here. I have a little empty hole right here I need to fill. I just noticed. Let's see. We'll just cover that up. All right, I'm going to flip it around. Reach this side better. Okay. I know I say okay a lot. I think that's just because I don't know what else to say. Anybody else do that? I'm just being honest. But a lot of it's because, I'm home by myself a lot of times, and so I talk to myself. I say things like that. I'll be in the middle of something and I'll say, okay, like, what's the next thing I'm going to do? I don't know. There's no explaining it really. Yeah, every little thing's going to be okay. Okie dokie. I say okie dokie a lot too. But I might have to think of a new word because I'm tired of saying that. Let's see here. Okay, for anybody that came in late, I'm using a mixture of 50% white glue and 50% water. Okay, and that's just basically your Elmer's glue if you're in the States here. I don't know what you might have in other countries, but I actually using a Elmer's glue bottle, and when I got down to half full, I just filled it up with water, and that's basically all it is, just glue and water. And I like to use that for the bottom layer because I'll be putting some other things on top and then sealing it with some Collage Podge or some Mod Podge. And at that point, that's when I'll use the more expensive product. But the glue is so cheap, I just feel like it's more cost effective to use that first. On the bottom layer, it really doesn't matter, as long as everything is sticking good, which it will stick well with the glue and water mixture, it will stick just fine. Then there's no reason to use the pricey stuff, right? And that's the way I feel about it. Okay, but I will say that when Mod Podge and those other type sealers are starting to get low and get old, I will add a tiny bit of water to them and use those on the bottom layer too when they're getting old, just to use them on up, because they get real clumpy and full of what we call glue boogers and stuff, when they get old. So just try to use everything up. I don't like to, throw anything away and waste it, like that. I really should have an apron on. I am splashing glue on my clothes. So I'm just wiping that off now. Okay, I think I got it all. I'm a bad one for forgetting to put on an apron. Really bad. Yes, PVA is the same as just regular white glue we use here. Yep. Okay, let me see. See what else I have that I can use. Ooh, here's some map. This is fun too, to use a piece of a map. Anybody from Belgium in the chat? This is a Belgium map. Let's see here. Put that down. Fill in some little pieces that are missing areas here. Okay. And another thing about using the glue and water is that it's very easy to clean off your hands. It is not like the Mod Podge and the Collage Podge, those things that are sealers. They have varnish in them, and that's what makes it so hard to come off your fingers, when you use it. But the glue and water makes sure that it washes right up. I love that aspect of it. All right, let's see. We're almost down to finishing this layer. Let me see. Get something different. Here's a little piece I tore from a napkin that has the Eiffel Tower on it. That's kind of cool. And let's see. Plundering through my scrap box. Well, this will be fun. I used some of these circles in a recent video. It was my address book that I was altering, and it had these little circles on a border, around the border of the napkin. So I'm going to fill in this little gap here before I glue the napkin down. So I don't really want to put anything on top of it. I think I'll just put the text on it. That's kind of cool. There we go. So that'll be fun to have some little circles. pretty sure this napkin came from the Dollar Tree, but it's been a while back, so it may not be there any longer, but I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. Okay, let's see here. Thanks, Grace. Do you say Gracie or Grace? Gracie Kelly? Because you know, this is just so much fun, and you don't have to think about it. That's what I like. You don't have to really think. You just pick up stuff and glue it on. I love that. Just stick that there. Yes, that's true. The Elmer's glue is very cheap right now, you guys, because of the back to school supplies sales. So it's a good time to stock up on some. Okay, let's see. I have some cute little owls on some gift wrap. And by the way, guys, this gift wrap is used gift wrap. Like somebody opens a present, I say, give me that. Because it's fun to use, especially when it has cute little images on it, you know? I just love that. I'm going to tear that off on the corner there. I love using little, and it doesn't matter if it's like, see, that's all folded and crunched up. It doesn't matter. It looks great on something like this. I might save a couple of these to put on the top layer, maybe on the other side over there. Okay, we'll leave those there. We'll wait for a second on those. And let's see, piece of painted deli paper. Looking through my bin here is what I'm doing to, I do have scraps on the table, but I'm just trying to find some different ones. I've used a bunch of what I have out here already. Let's see, this is kind of a fun little piece. This is paint through a piece of that drywall tape. And I think it had been jelly printed. I think so. Okay. Now there's some little pieces I need to fill in these little areas here. I'm going to just see what I can find to do that. You know, I've already decided that using up all of my scraps is a dead end. I do know that. But I like to try to use as many of them as I can, you know? But, you know, no matter how many scraps you use up, you're always going to have more projects that makes more scraps. It's like worse than bunnies, right? Worse than bunnies. Let's see, this is a little piece of paper from It's another piece of gift wrap, and this happens to be a piece that I used on my Journaling by Fives journal cover. Yeah, thanks, Ruth. Yes, if you guys are using, I mean, if you're talking to me, if you use capital letters, I'll be more likely to see it. I can't promise you, but it'll be a little bit easier to see, and then you can use regular caps when you're speaking to each other. So let's see. Um, okay. A little bit more, one more little piece here. I think I'll just use this. This will work. Here we go. Okay, now we have the bottom layer pretty much covered. A little piece over here, I see the file folder through. It's not majorly important to cover every little piece of the background, but because you can always add things on top, like I was talking about a minute ago, you can add things on top that'll help to cover up any little gaps that might be left behind. Okay. Forgot to turn the ringer off on my phone. Sorry about that, you guys. My husband will probably get it. Or if it's a junk call, he won't. But it'll stop in a minute, I do know that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to dry this real quick so I can trim it up, and then we can add some things on top. So heat gun coming up. Laura, I am just collaging the outside, and what I'm thinking about doing, using these four. Here's the other one that I had made. I showed this earlier, so if you missed it, this is what the file folder looks like at the end. And I went ahead and drew an outline around the inside piece there, just so that it looks a little bit more finished when the file folder is closed. But I'm thinking about going to the sewing machine and just stitching up both sides of the file folder so that I can make a little pouch. And right now I have a lot of my magazine images that I'm saving for collage. I have those in a little, I'm keeping those in file folders in a hanging folder, and then they tend to want to fall out. So I thought that if I stitched this up, it would make a nice little pouch, and it would still fit in the same hanging file folder, and yet it would keep everything together. So then when I'm ready to take things out, I'll just reach into the pocket basically, and pull out what's there. But you can use it just like this too as a regular file folder, and put your label on it and all. So that's what I did there. That is so true. Kitbot, Kitbot, bot. It's so true. Everybody else's scraps always look better. I think the same thing too. I don't know what it is, but it's like almost magical, isn't it? I think it's so neat. All right, so I'm going to flip this over. It's not really completely dry, but I'm going to flip it over and trim. I just wanted to get the mostly wet stuff dried. And I'll wipe up this loose glue here. All right, so I'm just trim this off so that you can actually see the shape of the file folder again. I don't know if there's any Zentangles. There was just a little bit of doodling, if that's what you mean, Faye. Just a little bit of doodling. I did a little doodling here and there. Not anything that you could call an official Zentangle. But yeah, that's just a little doodling I did on a piece of painted paper that I made into a border. Wow, I don't know what that technical difficulty is that I'm seeing flashing on the screen. Hope that stops. Josie Webb, I'm using a mixture of 50-50 glue and water, just white glue and water. Okay. Oh, okay. Bye. It's Nana's place. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. I hope you get your software straightened out. I know that's aggravating. Technical difficulties are not fun. Ask me how I know. Okay. Hi, Aunt Beck. Good to see you. I'm altering a file folder today, just collaging on some scraps. Still in use it up mode, even though I know deep down that I will never use them all up. But we try, don't we? We really give it everything we've got. Use it up. Awesome. I'm really glad you all are here. 121, says Shelley. Yes. That's really exciting. Thanks, guys. Trying to cut around these little tiny curves here. I might have to get some littler scissors to get that. Okay. Let's see. This is not difficult to do, you guys. It's just difficult when you're trying to do it underneath the camera that's hanging down. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it. Smooth the scraps over. Okay, and this got a little glue inside. I'm going to wipe that. together when I shut it. Okay, so here we go. This is what our folder looks like so far. And it doesn't really have a top or bottom. It's all just mishmash, right? All right, so now we can go quickly to the stage of putting on some of the other elements. Like, my favorite thing is I've got this black gift wrap, okay? Again, used gift wrap. And I like sticking pieces of this down here and there, and it makes the colors pop because of the black and white design. So, you see what I mean when I put it down. And this is the part that I was talking about that's a little more intentional. The bottom layer is just mishmash, put it anywhere. And this I kind of pay a little more attention to. Even then it's not a lot. But I do pay a little more attention there. But I like adding this because it just makes everything just like the black. It just makes everything pop. And I love that. Let's see, let's go here. And you just be going right on top of, you know, where you have other papers and popping some down. Okay, let's see, you need another little piece maybe over here. And just go past the edge a little bit, and that way I can cut it off and I know that it'll be straight and neat on the edges. Okay, to see. Do a piece over here. Okay, so you can see how it starts to really look cool, right? I got a little piece of tissue paper with a black design here that I'm going to add to this area right here. Sort of plain. So we'll just add that there. Like that. Put a couple more of those here and there too. Whoops. Beverly, hey. They do watch from time to time, and they share videos with the grandkids, and it's fun, yeah. I think they enjoy watching Nana. They like to watch Nana make art. Thanks, Nairi. Hope you have a great day. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, let's see here. The little flower edge is still sticking up a little bit. Okay. Yes, it is great to have the support. Yeah, good idea, Beck. Take care of that. Okay, let's see, where do I want to put this? I want to put these little black tissue strips here and there. Maybe put one here. And then I'm going to put one here. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of this on the circles down there. I think it'll look cute on top of these circles here, because you'll still be able to see the circles, but you'll have that black marking on. Isn't that cool? I like how that looks. Okay, and I've got this one piece left here. How about right here? All right, now let's add a little owl. I'm going to kind of tear him out a little bit so that he's he looks a little bit more intended. Okay. And let's put him, see, where's my fold? Make sure I want to, okay, so there's my fold line. So I'm going to put him up here, I think. Oh, good. I'm glad that you that this puts you in the mood to change up some files, Crafty Grandma. That's awesome, because it's a great way to use up these scraps, I'm telling you. And it's relaxing and enjoyable, and it sure makes these flimsy file folders of today feel much more substantial, I tell you. Okay, let's see what else. I have some little punches in a bin here that might be fun. I even have some leafy ones. I think I'll put some of those here and there. Just a couple maybe. Let's put one here. I don't guess it matters which side goes which or where. Okay, that's cute. I like the way that pops on that blue. That's pretty. And some stars and some hearts. Let's see here. We can put a star here. And these will be outlined too, so that you'll be able to notice them more readily. Thanks, Suzanne. I love those owls too. That's from Used Gift Wrap. From Christmas time. Okay. Hi, Krissa. Hi, Jessica. I'm glad to see all of you guys here. Anyone I haven't mentioned by name, I really am glad to see you too. It's hard to see everyone and keep up with what you're doing. And especially when there's this many people in the chat. So I'm really grateful for each and every one of you for being here. Okay. And let's see. This is pretty. We're going to put this pretty little flower. Maybe down here. A couple of these are done on cardstock, so they're a little bit stiffer. So when you use cardstock, just go back and check them to make sure that they're sticking down. That one and this one are both done on cardstock. Okay, let's see. Probably enough of those for now because a lot of those are the same. And let's see. Let's see what I have here. I thought I might have some more little punch type things, but it looks like I don't. I do have some of these. This is kind of cute. This is from a magazine. I mean a catalog, sorry. And it was showing the colors of umbrellas, to purchase outdoor umbrellas, picnic table umbrellas. And I actually punched a circle out of a lot of them to use for circles at one point. And so I just kept the negative space, so to speak. And I thought that might be fun to use on something like this, where you just needing color and shapes and things, Whoops, slid it. Let's try that again. Here we go. Well, there we go. If I'll quit moving it around. There. Okay. Carissa, I'm just putting more pieces on as like little tiny focal points. Let me show you, since you've just come in, let me show you the original one, okay? This is the one I showed in the beginning. After I get the background all finished, then I just add on a few little pieces of like things that I've punched out, or little images, or like this, things that I've stamped, so that they kind of pop on the background, and I will outline those like I did here and here and here, and it just adds little, especially the black pieces, it adds little pops of black that helps the colors to show up even more vibrantly. So that's why I did that. And I've got a couple of areas here that need to be covered more because that deli paper just did not cover completely there. I need some more of my glue and water mixture. Thanks, Crafty Grandma. Appreciate that. And Crafty Girl Purple 62. I appreciate it. Okay, need to put something right there. And I think I'll just tear out a little leafy shape and put there. It's from a jelly print. There we go. Making sure this cardstock is really stuck down well. All right. So I'm not going to do the part with the black marker because, as you know, if your paint or your glue and stuff is not completely dry, you'll ruin your Sharpies and all. So I'm not going to do that part on the stream. But I did really want to share, um, how much fun this is and how much sturdier your file folder can be when you collage on a bunch of your scrap papers that you're wanting to use up anyways. Um, so basically now I'll just go in here and I'll outline little flower areas where I've glued those punched out pieces on, and then the actual punched pieces I'll outline as well, like that, and a little flower there and the leaves. And then wherever it's needed, I'll come in and do a little just doodling, scribbling, on the file folder. And it just makes it fun and playful and just completely enjoyable. So anyway, I hope you guys will do some file folders or anything you want to alter, really. Anything you can glue paper to is fun to do, and it's a great way to use up your scraps. You can do this on cans and boxes and just all kinds of things that you can reuse and repurpose just by covering them with colorful paper scraps. So, and you can use stickers also. You can use washi tape. In fact, I've got a couple of pieces of washi tape too that I want to stick on here just to use it up. When I tear off too much washi tape that I don't use, I just stick it to my cabinet right here beside me. And so when I'm doing a collage book or a collage piece like this, I'll take off those little pieces of washi tape and add them to a project, and they add a little pop, of color and fun. And I'm going to add some right here, I think. So before I go though, for anybody new that's just come in, um, talked earlier about my new blog that I've started, and I put a link to that blog in the description of the stream here, and it will also be in the description of all my videos. It's actually in the description of all my videos. So any of them that you're looking at, if you haven't been over to my blog yet, just go look for that in the description and check it out, and make sure you leave me a comment so that I know you were there. And follow me. There's a place to click the link to follow me on my blog. And when you do that and put in your email address, you'll be notified whenever I do a new post. And as I was telling everybody earlier too, I'll be hopefully doing some things on the blog that I don't share on Facebook or on my YouTube channel. Some of the things I will share there, but you may get the first look at it or the first notification about it if you're subscribed to my blog. So make sure you follow me there so that you won't miss out on anything fun. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Get a little bit more of my washi scraps here and stick them down. I think I'm gonna put this one on the text there nearby. There we go. It's cute. And let's see. I stuck it to my cabinet so well I can't get it off. There we go. Let's see, where can I put this one? Maybe I'll put it here. Right here. That's a good way to use your washi tape, especially when you have scrap pieces. And even if you don't have scrap pieces, there's so much washi tape on a roll. Just pull some off and use it in your collages because it adds a lot of fun a lot more fun color and pattern, and it's just cool, fun to use. Okay, I think I used up all of my scraps that were on with this piece. I'll be using up all of it. That was on my cabinet over here. Trying to find a good spot for it. Let's see. Let's do it here. Okay. So thanks everybody for joining me today and hanging out. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I appreciate all the comments. And I'm going to try to, like I said, try to do some streaming a little bit more often now that summer's over and school's back in. The grandkids are busy doing other things, and um, yeah, if you're having trouble with that link to the blog, just type in mixedmediamorsels.com. It should come up for you. It shouldn't be a problem with the link, but if you're having trouble, just type it into your address bar. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you like my little file folder. It'll look a lot better once I get the black outlines on, too, because it just makes everything pop, and it's really fun. And I may put a couple more little pieces of text like this. I like the way the book text here, has a stamp on it, and that just adds a little bit of fun, I think. And there's another one on here somewhere. Maybe it was on the other side too. Where did it go? Yeah, here he is, a dragonfly on the book text. It's fun. So yeah, you guys try it. If you haven't done something like this before, make sure you give it a try. And thanks again so much, everybody. I really, really appreciate so many of you being here. And if you haven't already, make sure you set your notifications on my YouTube channel. I mean, on your YouTube channel to receive the notifications for when I'm uploading a video or when I'm streaming live, and that way you'll get a notification. And anytime that I know ahead of time that I'm going to be streaming, I'll try to give everybody a heads up so that there's a little bit more time. And hopefully, like I said, we won't run into the technical difficulties we had this today, in this stream. So, all right, take care, everybody. And Shelley, thanks again for your help with those technical difficulties. And I appreciate that so much. And everybody have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.